If you feel lost, there's usually two reasons. Either you never built yourself, or you built everything except for a reason, a why, a purpose. Maybe you never trained your body, or maybe you did. You were disciplined, you trained hard, you ate well, you were consistent, and yet something still feels empty inside. That emptiness is not fixed by another habit. It's not fixed by another way of practicing discipline. It comes from not knowing who you are and what you were put here to do. You might think that once you get in shape, clarity will come and confidence will come, as well as some sort of direction. You might think that discipline would eventually turn into fulfillment. But having discipline without any form of direction, it just turns into routine. A routine without purpose. And that routine, it might give you comfort, but comfort without purpose and direction is just chaos. When you have a purpose, health stops being something that you cling onto and starts becoming a tool that you use. Building your body, eating well, it's just a tool for you to accomplish something greater. Maybe you're sitting there thinking, I did everything right, so why do I still feel like this? You assume that maybe something is wrong with you. There isn't. You just built capacity and discipline without a target. A sharp blade without direction, it still cuts nothing. I work with people all the time who are in great shape, but lost. They're drifting, they're just going through the motions. And I also work with people who aren't in shape yet, but they feel there's more in them. Different starting points, same problem. What changes isn't just habits, it's how they see themselves, their emotional stability, self-trust, direction, consistency without having to force it because that's just who they are now. I know this state because I lived it. From my teenage years, I dealt with anxiety, depression, low confidence, living inside expectations that weren't even mine. They came from teachers, parents, family, society. I never really knew who I was beyond the story I was given. Training, it helped a lot. Training helped a lot. It built discipline, it gave me confidence, but it still didn't answer who I was and why I was here. I became somebody who was capable, but I wasn't aligned. And then everything shifted when I started coaching, helping people to reclaim their confidence, helping people who'd been through real trauma. When I was doing that, I felt present, like I was exactly where I was supposed to be. And then I lost sight of it, a painful breakup. And then later on, not just once, but twice, I faced death through emergency surgery. And that forced me to get really clear on what I wanted to get out of life, because I realized that not every day is guaranteed. With the help of my own coach at the time, I started to rebuild properly. Identity first, emotional control, and self-leadership. These are all the things that I learned, but purpose was always number one. And then everything that I'd been building before that, all the discipline, the body, and then, because I had a purpose, all the things that I'd been building up until that point, my health, my fitness, it all became a tool rather than something that I could escape into. And health became structure and purpose became the direction instead. I didn't escape my emptiness by training harder. I escaped it by leading my own life. And you can only lead yourself if you know where the destination is. So, this is for you if you know deep down that you're capable, but you still feel underused, you still feel empty. You put the effort in, but it feels like there's no real destination, and it's very difficult to find motivation when there isn't a destination. You don't need more habits. You need a reason to embody them. It's very easy to start to embody habits when there's a why, when you know there's a reason to do it. And if you're chasing aesthetics, shortcuts, or validation, you may have these things already, and you'll know, if you do, that without purpose, these things are just in the wind. They're not going to serve you. You're going to start serving them instead. If you've been chasing aesthetics, shortcuts, validation, all these things might feel great, but they're nothing without an end goal, without a purpose. So this is for you if you feel lost. This isn't surface level motivation. We define who you are. We clarify what you're here to do. We figure out who you are as a person outside of the story you've been given all your life. And then health and fitness, it becomes easy, something you don't have to force because it's daily disciplined training. It's just who you are, and it's a tool for you to become who you're meant to be, what you were put here to accomplish. instead of being an escape. You learn emotional control under pressure. You build self-leadership through action. We don't use fitness to escape life. We use it to train for it. If you recognize yourself in this, apply. We'll see if this work is right for you.